What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Doomsday's Crypt. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm hoping everybody had a good Christmas. We're going to try this live on Facebook, too. So on YouTube and Facebook. I'm still waiting for everybody to get here, but I had to get rolling before Facebook canceled the stream. I got a little screwed up on the time when I set it up. Meant to set it up for 10 p.m. Eastern. I set it up 10 p.m. my time. So threw a few people off. But hope everybody's doing well tonight. Just trying to set this up so I can see things a little better. Oh, we got one. Who is here? Oh, it's me. Never mind. So I got signed in on my computer. Hey, Happy New Year, Rick. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. See if some more people go. Oh, we got 7 in here. How's everybody doing? Everybody have a good New Year? Any good stories? Any good horror movies watched? Name changed. Oh, yeah. I switched. Well, I switched the time. Like I said, I kind of screwed up on the times. That was my fault. I always think 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm on Central Standard Time. I don't know. Was trying to do a few things and just didn't go the way I planned. That's just how life goes. But I'm sure people will be here. If not, well, I know they'll be here. But we can all talk. Anybody watch any good movies lately? Get anything new that's pretty cool? Looking forward to having Michelle on here. Devo is my son. Oh, we got one. Here we go. Here's Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, I don't have the volume on. Let me see if it's I don't know if it's you or me. I can't hear you. But let me make sure I didn't turn the volume down. No, my volume's there. You don't want to. All right, here we go. Nothing. Oh, you changed your name on here. Oh, okay, no problem. Rick.
Can you hear me now?
Now I hear you.
Okay.
How's it going?
Hey, pretty good. And yourself?
Going well. 6 days left on the campaign, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
I figured why not do a live stream, get together. I'm even doing it on Facebook this time. Let's reach some people. Let's see if we can get some extra help going into these last 6 days for you.
Cool.
I'm excited.
Awesome.
Steve Merlo is for the script, and I'm as you a big fan of his work too, as you are. Really good about the script. Steve seems really pumped about it, and he's really hyped. So sounds like amazing. Like we talked about before, Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is really the perfect Halloween sequel compared to any of the other ones. In my opinion, it just fits the best.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's one of those films that, people weren't expecting it, and it got marketed kind of differently, but,
Our buddy Rick's here. We got 7 in the chat. Everybody feel free to ask Michelle any questions. If you have any questions about the third channel, Michelle, why don't you tell anybody who might not know what's going on with the third channel, the campaign you got going on Indiegogo.
Yeah. Let me throw the link on the page here.
And I even got the perk. I got to get it sent out, but I figured let's wait till after the holidays.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I'm afraid of, but I'm going to pack it really well for you.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it might be something that, the people, we might have to wait till, depending on when I get it, and if anyone, wants it. I might have to put it in the next campaign. I don't know.
Whatever you decide to do with it, that's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, if I get it in time from you, I'll definitely, I think it's up there now, actually. Yeah, it is up there now.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, the artwork that you showed me that we are going to be giving away as a perk. That's what you mean, right? The cardboard cutout thing. Yeah. Definitely. And if someone still wants that, they can grab it. And then, you know, if we don't make a sale from it, then it'll go on next time. So I'm going to be
a Facebook user. It's a private user, or I can't see it unless I go on Facebook. But
yeah, here's the campaign. Dang, it took me forever to find that.
Okay, hold on a second. I don't know if you put it. I got the Indiegogo. If you need it. Let me.
Oh yeah. That I did. It was the Indiegogo that I stuck up in there.
Well, the thing with StreamYard is it's a pain in the butt. You probably pitched me it, but what I'm gonna do is I got it. I already copied the link, so it's ready to go. I was planning on talking a little bit about the third channel, and I was glad you were around and wanted to hop in with me.
Absolutely, yeah. I just got home from work, so I probably can't stay on for too long. But I definitely wanted to stop through and, you know, say hello and all that good stuff.
Oh, no problem. Like I said, I want you to come on. Give you this this time. I'm not going to be on too long. I don't think. I got to get up tomorrow.
Okay.
It's been a long weekend. One of my guys was really, wasn't feeling too well, so I had a few sleepless nights. But it was, it's all good. What on that H3? That is from a company I went to in Vero. I had them do some cutouts, and I cannot think of their name right now. But they did a 78 Myers cutout. I had them at Phantasm and 2018 and Courtney, like the 2018. I actually sent that to him, and that was an expected one to send because it didn't fold up. It was life size. So of course I said I'd send it, and yeah, it was expensive to send. Let me put it that way. It cost more than the cutout was worth to send it, but it was.
Oh gosh, yeah. That's understandable. I know that it's crazy when the shipping is more expensive than the actual thing. That
yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm gonna put up the third channel here, and I know the people on anybody who's watching on Facebook in the group knows your link. The link's gonna be there for the third channel because they're quite a bit. But I'm gonna put it down here, and I know oh, here we go. This is my crap phone, so give me a sec.
Oh, no worries. I have a crap phone too, and I need to get a new phone.
Well, I'm using my good phone to stream. I'd use my computer. The problem is I have my office in the basement, and the Wi-Fi just does not. It just always cuts. An older computer, I can't use 5G, or it'd probably do a lot better. But this is driving me crazy. Hold on a sec. I'm trying to drop this third channel for you guys. All right. This phone's so slow. This is like a Walmart cheap $50 phone. Yeah. All right, here we go. I dropped the link, and it might show up too. I don't know if it shows it in both chats. It probably.
Where did you? When you say you dropped it, what does that mean? You put it?
I put
like
your
in
link
the chat?
Yeah, the link's in the chat, so people can click on it and from Facebook or YouTube and yeah.
Okay, I'm looking in the complete. I had it on the private chat. I didn't realize that there was a private chat and a comments chat, so I just clicked on the comments chat and I see this now. So
I have that same problem all the time. That's why I just dropped it myself for you. I had it planning on talking about third channel before they even knew you were going to be able to come on for a little bit. So
Cool.
I've seen your live stream. You had a few of your actors, and the one guy, I know he's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking
Right,
for
Brendan.
a character.
Brendan Hayes. He's
So,
playing
yeah.
the role of Whalen.
Yes.
And he's from County Cork, the same place that Daniel O'Herlihy is from.
Nice. He's got that. He's like the perfect third channel Hollywood free actor. I think he's gonna.
Now
really...
I'm trying to remember because I've sent this like to a few people. I only sent it to like
You
a
showed
select
You showed it to
people.
Me, but I won't talk about it.
Right. Okay.
But
so you've seen his like acting in
exactly.
the thing. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
He's gonna kill it. I'm telling you. I know you got the support of some really great people. Amy Crabtree, Steve Merlo. This guy right here is a supporter. And I know there's people out there like Lee Payne and E-Rock. They're always sharing stuff for me. Rick D out here. And I appreciate everybody doing it. That's helping share out the third channel. I know you do. And all these great independent projects. These are creative. So I mean, I'm really proud. And like from what you showed me without talking about it, the vibe and the sound is really, 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 really good.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like when I showed that to you, I showed that to a few different. I showed Steve and a few other people, Amy Crabtree, a couple of friends of mine, and I got some pretty good feedback on it. And that was just the way that it was done. Because we had like a little it was like an audition. Well, not an audition, but it was a kind of like a rehearsal, like running lines. And, that's without it being like even completely solid, with the actors and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, there's people here. Maybe people are just watching and not so much typing. Anybody's free to message, and we'd love to answer any questions. I know it. I know Michelle's totally willing to answer any questions she can about the project, the third channel. It's equal to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Why don't you tell them what inspired you to do this? What inspired you to write it?
Yeah. I mean, I sometimes have, a lot of different ideas that will come to me. Some of them come to me when listening to music or traveling or whatever. This particular idea came to me in a dream. And when I had the dream, I was like, wow, I woke up and I was like, man, that's really weird. I need to write this down. And so I wrote it down and I started writing. And then all of a sudden I kept writing. And all of a sudden I had, before I knew it, a whole notebook full of stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'd better get on the hot foot here and actually put it in screenplay, format. Then, I moved out here to Eureka and I showed Steve. Steve read it. And at that point, it was only like about, 6 or 7 pages or something. And he was like, well, if you want to make this into something more, you need to start writing more. So the next time I came back to him, I had like 62 pages or something. And it's like, wow, you've been really busy writing. I was like, yeah. So yeah, basically.
Is there a lot of editing to do with six? Because I've been learning more about. It's different than obviously than writing a book because you have to show it visually.
The publishers and stuff like that.
You don't have to put as much detail. Do you find that is a kind of a balance of trying to edit to find out what?
Well,
task at all?
Film is definitely much more of a visual art form. So when you write a screenplay, there is a particular protocol that you follow. You don't say things like John walked into the room and he was feeling sad. Because how do we read that and we look at the screen and we're like, how do we know that John is sad? So what we write is John enters the room with his head sunk down low. He's got a tear in his eye. He's stumbling along, and then we kind of figure out like, okay, something's wrong with John. John's probably depressed or upset. So so when you're writing a book, there's a lot of internal type stuff that you can get away with writing, but when you write a screenplay, you've really got to stick to that format of, you're going to write it so that people can see it, because no one is going to know like what is going on up here. They're going to only see what, you know, we're telling them to see.
Oh, exactly.
If that makes sense, if that answers your question.
It does. It does. Has it always wanted to be a full feature, or were you thinking at first, I'll make it a short?
I was going to be a short. It was going to be a short. Yep, exactly. And I mean, it kind of came about because when I was writing it, it's like, there's no way that this is going to only be a short film. I mean, it's, you know, I was already at page like 20 something, and I was like, well, I still got to get this part, and I want to get that part in there, and that's going to take this long. And then, okay, keep writing. And then all of a sudden, it's a feature.
69 pages is kind of hard to make short too, I'm sure.
Well, 62 pages. Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It was still 60 pages. You're not making that a short. I mean, especially when I'm sure you're putting in detail when you're writing too.
Oh yeah.
Like what you want visually in the scene and how you want it done. So not only you have it to share out, but so you remember exactly what you were thinking at
right.
the time.
It's terrible because I know exactly what you're talking about. Like sometimes when I was writing, just, you know, when I was first starting out writing, I would do that. You know, I would write something and I wouldn't be like all inclusive with it or much detail like that. And then when it came time to do whatever it was, it's like, well, what did I mean there? How come that's, you know, so I do try to put in all that, you know, detail type stuff.
Yeah, I see. My problem is if I ever write something down, I go back to read it, and I'm like, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I mean, a lot of reading your writing and stuff like that is being able to be in there. Interval, you're still welcome to come up. Interval's supposed to be here, but I think he's just kind of hanging back while me and you talk. But you're still welcome to come up. You got that link, Interval. Good friend of mine.
Cool.
Been all over. Oh yeah, he's a good dude. My son, I don't know if he got confused. I had to change the time. I screwed up. I forget that I'm in Central. When I set it up, I wanted it 9 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So what time is it at your place?
Right now it is 9:19.
Okay, so it is 7:19 right now. So you're 2 hours ahead. And I know you're not Milwaukee, right?
No. I'm out in Missouri.
Where is it?
In Missouri.
Missouri. I knew it was an M. There was an M in there somewhere.
Yep. One of those Missouri, Michigans. They're all in the center. You know, they're easy to get confused.
Right.
Yeah. It's easy to remember the East Coast and West Coast names, but everything in the middle kind of gets forgotten at times. But
exactly.
I love it out in Missouri. I do. I enjoy it. We had some really great weather, and then it just shot down to about 10 degrees between today and yesterday. And we had some stuff. I didn't mind. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really, really rainy here in the last couple of days. It's been actually sunny. And yeah. It can be very fluctuating here, but it's
we talked about that before. You're in an area of California where people always think the beach and sunshine, but California is such a big state that there is colder areas.
Exactly. I mean, I'm all the way up here, and Southern California is way down there, and it's warm in that area, and it's, you know, very it's almost I wouldn't say that it's like winter time, but I have heard it snows here, but I haven't seen it snow yet. It's been raining. So
yeah. Rain's not too bad. I'd rather actually in the winter, if it rains and it's cold, it just becomes skating rink. So It's actually better when it snows instead of rain, and that's the one problem you have when you get into the winter time.
Yeah,
But
the one thing I like about here is that it's there's a lot of like green. You know, there's a lot of trees and stuff like that. And then, you know, in the summertime, you know, spring, whatever, it's very lush here. Like, I mean, everything is very vibrant, and it's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I've lived in Florida and I've lived in Massachusetts. Obviously, that's where I'm from. I was
Hmm.
actually born in Jersey, grew up in
Okay.
upstate New York, and then was in and lived in Franklin, Massachusetts. That's where I grew up most of it. And then I
Oh
lived in
gosh.
Florida for a long time, like between back and forth and actually living there. I
Oh
had a
yeah.
landscape business there and stuff. Don't ask me how I did landscaping, but well, I was younger then, but I hate the heat now. Like, and I'm in Missouri. I don't know how I landscaped in Florida at the time.
Oh
But I
man.
want to get back
Yeah.
on the third channel for you. So
Yeah.
6 days left, guys. I mean, even if you guys donate something, there's some really decent perks out there
Hmm.
um, for a low cost. Even hope isn't it? Oh.
Something about a
I'm just
troll.
reading the chat. But yeah, anything helps this. Let me drop the link again.
Yeah, I mean, 6 days left. I think we've got. Um, Let me just go back up here. There's 6 days left. There is. I mean, we're almost up to 4,000 right now. And
And
that's
that's
gonna
really good.
be before Indiegogo takes whatever they take out. I think it's 10%. We've got 88 backers. 6 days left. We're 25% funded of 15,000. Um, but yeah, we have a lot of. I mean, we have special thanks. Special thanks is only uh, $12, or no, I'm sorry, $10. Sorry about that. And we've still got posters. We've got digital downloads. No one's claimed the T-shirt yet. Um, See signed poster by cast and crew. Copy of the script. Use screen props, and also we've got your picture in the film, your child's picture in the film as well. You can be an extra. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of stuff up there.
And you can always donate a couple dollars. That kind of stuff adds up if you don't have
Oh
enough for
yeah.
something. And it doesn't hurt to just hit that link and check out the all the perks and watch the trailer that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
It even has pictures of the producers. I know one of the guys I saw up there.
Oh
I'm really honored to be
yeah.
a producer on, and and there's some really great people that are happy about this. I know Jimmy Presley's another one who's a big supporter.
Mm-hmm. Amy Crabtree,
Yeah,
Steve
Amy's awesome.
Merlot.
I've been actually planning on having Amy come on because I think she does such a great job.
Oh
But
yeah.
she's been going through tornado warnings and just moved and stuff. So I'm
Oh yeah.
definitely so.
I mean, it's kind of the same thing here with well, not the same thing obviously, but we did have that earthquake like a week or so ago, and that was kind of scary, especially since it actually destroyed some of the factory where we'll be filming. And we're still working on. I've got to actually get in contact with planning and development here. Again, I sent them an email before the holidays, and I hadn't heard back from them. But I'm wondering if they can put us in touch with current owners, find out if we're going to be able to film still in that area. Because it's all exteriors. We weren't going to plan on, actually filming inside of it or anything like
You just
that.
wanted the shots. It might look good after what you were talking with the weather, the damage you got. It might actually kind of. I'm sure you could use it somehow. But I want to do something quick because I want on Facebook, and it's just showing Facebook user on StreamYards.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to say, hey, Dennis Mallon, talented actor, he just released, and you can check it out. I wish I had the link handy. A Killer Miller. He did a short Western film, Killer Miller, little spaghetti Western. I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. Dennis is also on a show called Daddy We're Back, which you can find on YouTube. I had to sit down on my channel on the YouTube channel with him and Angela and Valencia. Someone who's like a mother to me. Always
Mm-hmm.
been, I've known her for years. Delcina Roseway, I appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate you saying I'm doing a good job. Nicole Vegas said she's gonna check it out. She's gonna check out the third channel. I think that's awesome.
Cool,
Um,
cool, awesome, Nicole.
Thank you, everybody who's watching. I appreciate everybody being here. And if you have any
Yeah.
questions for Michelle, ask. If you have any questions for me, ask. We're both more than happy to answer the questions. So what plot-wise, not plot, but do you want to set up the theme of going into the movie, or would you rather just have people go watch the trailer? Like, what should you expect? It's so many years after Season of the Witch. This is kind of,
Do you mean like in terms of the trailer? Like, what do you mean?
well, yeah, you could explain the trailer a little bit, or any details you can give that they should expect in the movie. It's any information that might say, all right, that's cool, without giving too much away.
Yeah, well, one of the biggest things that I think is really awesome is that we have Brad Shetner, who played the original little Buddy. He's going to be in the film. He's got a little cameo appearance. So that's really, really awesome. I'm really happy. And I mean, we've got the actors that we're working with. Luciana V is playing the role of Jessica Kelly, and of course Brendan is playing Ophuelin, and yeah, I mean, in terms of the trailer, I can put the trailer up here too, but we basically shot the trailer in Lolita, which is where Halloween 3 was filmed, and it's just like these little cutaway shots of what the town looks like now. And it's got some really great music, I think, on there by Keith McCoy. He does soundtrack music, and he's really awesome. He's working with us on this project. So, yeah.
I'm just looking at the chat. I'm sorry. But
No.
yeah, here's a good question, because I know my buddy Dennis Mellon, he's an actor. Are you still looking for cast?
There are a few people. There are a few things I am looking for.
So anybody who might be out here and in the area and interested in trying out for a role.
What I'm really looking for is I'm looking for somebody who bears a very, very strong resemblance to Al Berry, who played Harry Grimbridge. That role still has to be filled.
Hey, there's the
and
thing
that's
about
a pretty distinct thing, so I don't know if I'll get that person, but
hey, when you get the word out there, there's always somebody who looks like it, whether it's Loomis or I've seen people. There's always somebody who always has a look-alike out there, and hopefully they have enough talent to pull it off too. So it's not only look, they got to be able to play the part. So
right, exactly.
But sometimes I think people can take the similarities and adjust to it, especially if the person does it well.
Sure. I mean, and some of it doesn't have to be, perfect. I mean, just in terms of, things like, obviously, if it's a character that we, hear their voice and we or hear their name being called in the film, and we recognize that person as, oh, that's supposed to be such and such actor. So
I'm gonna guess not, Rick D. I'm gonna guess not.
No.
He was in the trailer in the first in H3. So
Right. There's no Michael Myers in this one. I
I
will
know
tell
he's
you.
just being a smart ass, but I figured he's asked twice, so I figured I'd let you answer that.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah, yeah. It's
but
funny because the Halloween 3 was the very first Halloween that I had ever seen. I hadn't seen any of the others before that. So part 3 was the first one I saw. I saw it in the theaters. And then I was curious when I had seen, um, at the video store, the video for Halloween 2. I got excited and I was like, oh, let's rent this, because I wanted to find out, like, hey, where did this Connell Cochran guy come from? How did they do the Silver Shamrock Factory? How did they? And then I found out, wait a minute, who's Michael Myers? So I literally had the reverse of that experience. So
well, I can. That must have been a really cool one. Then. Did you know
Mhm.
about Michael Myers when you went to H3, or you just didn't know much?
No, nope, I didn't. I didn't.
I
No,
think.
I mean, I was young. I mean, I was young when I saw it, so no.
Yeah. Well, like me, I'm not sure how old you are, but like for me, like there was always this legend before I was able to see the first Halloween, and I think it was Halloween 2 had already been out, so Halloween 3 had just come out, but I didn't see it in the theaters. I saw it on TV, so I did
Yeah,
see the first two
yeah,
before it. But I was never like I was expecting Michael Myers because I didn't know, and I don't want to say I was disappointed at the time because at the end I'm like, for a kid, the movie freaked me out anyway, with or without Michael Myers, and I kind of figured
mhm,
Michael Myers at that time was dead anyway after the explosion in Halloween.
right.
I mean, nobody expected the sequels. Obviously, I'm a big
Although
fan.
I will say that the assassins who walk around in Halloween 3, they totally remind me of Michael Myers. Just the way that they walk, and after seeing Halloween 2 and then having seen Halloween 3 in the beginning, I kind of thought, well, does Michael Myers kind of belong in the Halloween 3 Silver Shamrock Factory? Is that where he came from? Because he walks around just like those assassin guys. He walks around like Dick Warlock, and you know,
Well, that kind of makes
it,
sense.
it does, because he was exactly. But I don't know the actors. I just, yeah.
Yeah, actually, the promoter from Phantasm, Anthony Greco, his favorite is Halloween too, and yeah, I know
Hmm.
he's a Halloween 3 fan. Those are, I think, those have to. I'm guessing those are his two favorites because either at Phantasm in October, it was
Mm.
Halloween 3 and 78 heavy. But I know because I had a Halloween 2 mask and he loved it. It was by a guy named King Greedy who does great masks also, and he wanted it. So he saw it, he had to have it, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Yeah, go for it." So, but yeah,
Listen.
yeah, if the trailer wasn't seen as an Easter egg in the Halloween 3 season of the witch, that would have made some great sense. But it kind of just, unfortunately, in a sense, they did put it in there. Unless I don't know. I don't know how you'd be able to. I mean, you're a writer, so maybe you could have tied it in. But that would have been really cool to have it in the same universe. I would have rather had that than the answer and curse of Michael Myers with the Man in Black and.
Yeah, I mean, it really is
Well, like, I
a
was
different thing.
born
But
guy,
yeah,
but I could
I,
see with radio waves, because they can, especially nowadays with what people know with MK Ultra and what they did with that. I'm not getting into conspiracies, but we're yeah, we're on Facebook too, so I don't want to because I'm not like that. But there is radio waves that alter the way people think. It's
right,
they mess
right.
with signals, and I could see that making total sense for like a Michael Myers character. That
Hmm.
would have been a lot better, in my opinion, than the Thorn. Even though I love H4,
Oh.
I like H5 and I like H6,
But
but
I don't think that the internet was that prevalent when the Curse of Michael Myers came out, though. I don't remember it
no,
being.
it wasn't. But I'm just saying with the way
Hmm.
Halloween 3 went, it does fit
with the
with
zeitgeist
the
of
power,
now.
with the power and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, even if it's a TV signal, those frequencies are.
Right,
So
like
you
Big
can, you
Brother is
don't even
always
need the
watching
internet
kind of
for
thing. Yeah, I got that. I got you.
it. Yeah, you wouldn't even need
Right.
the internet for it. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
you don't really need to make that stuff up too much.
no,
It's
no. But I mean, that's where like Halloween 3, I think, has a great lead into. The only person I know other than you who knows the script is Steve, and he's behind it.
Mhm.
So I'm guessing there's some really cool stuff because there's so much you can do with Halloween 3. There's just so much. So I'm interested to see your take on a sequel, especially being
Oh yeah.
your first Halloween movie, that you're a huge fan of it. And,
Mhm.
you know, it's always good to see it from a fan's point of view and how they think it should go compared to, say,
Mhm.
Hollywood one. And nothing
Right.
against the Hollywood one, not all for it, yeah. But you get that a little bit of heart unless the person who's working on that Halloween 3 project really has a lot of passion with it. Which, like, with even bad 80s slasher movies or movies in the 80s, they were all basically indie projects. They weren't
Mhm.
Hollywood made. It wasn't like movie.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not like they had Kevin Costner in it or somebody like
Yeah.
that. You
Well, they
know.
did have Jennifer Aniston and stuff. I mean, there was
Yeah.
some that started off that were in it. Kevin Bacon, Friday 13th.
Right.
So a lot of people, their
But
career.
they weren't where they are now.
No, well, that was the first thing. Jennifer Aniston and
Or Johnny Depp
Leprechaun,
with Nightmare
Nightmare
on
on Elm
Elm
Street.
Street.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. They all had a pretty decent career. I think I've
What's
heard
that?
their name. They've had a decent career. I think I've heard
Oh
their name.
yeah. Oh yeah, now they do. But I mean, I'm just saying, like back then we didn't know who they were, and they were kind of nobodies. I mean, it's almost the equivalent of, actresses being in like adult pictures or something, and then they that's where they start out, and then they're all of a sudden like, somebody that we recognize. So
Yeah. So the campaign's ending in 6 days. My
mhm.
brain catch up with my mouth here. So the campaign's ending in 6 days. Now
Yes.
you're thinking about extending the campaign longer, which I think you should. I think the longer you have and the most time you can take to get all the people on board with everything, especially now that the holidays are over.
Oh
People,
yeah, I'm glad the holidays are over. That was awful. I couldn't do anything really. I mean, it's just
and like I
so
said,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, even if you just check it out and you share it out on Facebook or
Mhm.
you talk about it if it's something that's interesting to you, I think that's awesome. I that helps the project. If you can even donate, you want to donate. I know that goes a long way. It adds up
Mhm.
every $2, $3. You can get some solid perks too for really low cost, and it helps the project. It helps these type of films, and there's a
Mhm.
lot of them going on. And the more support from the fans, the more these films are going to really take off and really become something special. I
Yeah, I mean, definitely, everyone can help out a little bit, even if it is just a small amount. Especially then the next 6 days. I mean, because that's going to be it. And some of those perks that we have up there won't be returning. I mean, and we'll have some new ones. So if there's something that you people have had their eye on and they really want, they should probably go and grab it now, because I don't know if it's going to be there next time. It really kind of all depends on a lot of other factors. So we'll see. But yeah, just if people can help out with whatever they can, that would be really wonderful. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be whatever. Um, like I said, a little bit goes a long way, and if everyone helps out, then you know then it makes it a better film, and then we want to make it as good of a film as we can. So and
um
the fans are going to be the ones that kind of dictate that a little bit, because there's got to be that interest there, and we definitely want to end up with a good film. So.
Rick, yes, that's Anthony. Boogeyman's Anthony. Um, He says it'll be very interesting to see someone else's take on H3.
Yeah, it's very different. I think it'll be very different than what most people are kind of expecting it to be. Um, I had someone read it. I had a lot of people read it, but one person I let read it. I gave them the script. They were starting to read it, and then I came back to them in a few days, and I was like, hey, what did you think? Did you read it all? And they're like, oh, well, I'm kind of in the middle. And I was like, okay, wait a minute, before you go any farther, what I want you to do something for me. Answer these questions before you read anything else. I asked them, what do you think is going to happen at this point in the script? And, what is your ideas about this? What is your ideas about this in the script? Da 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 da. And, the stuff that they came back to me with was basically like they didn't even know. Like, I mean, it's not in any way, shape, or form, I feel, predictable. Which is good. I mean, I didn't want it to be predictable. And I think as writers, we kind of strive for that. We don't want people to sit there and say, oh, well, I'm going to turn this page and it's going to happen. And, so no one really knows what it's going to happen. If you get to the middle of it, you don't, and I asked specific certain questions to them, which I was really kind of impressed with. I was like, well, okay, cool. I kind of nailed that a little bit, hopefully, so, but you never really know when you write something, you always have to let someone else read it. And, I'm happy with the way that it is. I'm happy with what I got out of it. And, I did a lot of brainstorming. I did a lot of, I did a couple different rewrites. I mean, there was a different ending that I had, and then I went back and I changed it for certain reasons. And, maybe at some point I will share that reason. I don't want to share it right now, because then you'll say, oh, well, that's what happens.
You don't want to tell the whole movie in the ending?
What's that?
I said you don't want to tell the whole movie right now in the ending?
No.
And the ending?
I
fun.
hope not.
No, I'm excited for you. I'm excited about it. I really want to see you raise what you need to get it done and done the right way. Because I think you can do it. And the good thing is like with Steve Merlo, he did Disorder, and which was a short film. If you guys haven't checked out Disorder on YouTube, our friend Steve Merlo, who's also has a campaign for the third channel, The Sawyer Massacre, a Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel. That man, I think, said had like a $200 budget, and for what he did with that movie, I can't wait to see what he has with the budget. But what he did shows that if you film things the right way and you do it the right way, you can still make a really, really good movie. I believe you will, and especially I know Steve's definitely there to help you any way he can along the way. So that's kudos, Steve Merlo.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mean, there's been some people who are very active in helping, and they're amazing.
All right, sorry about that. I was checking the comments. I'm like multitasking. I can barely.
Oh, no worries.
I just want to make sure that we. Thank you for sharing out the stream, Chris. I appreciate that. Yeah, anybody who wants to share it out. I hope you guys are all enjoying yourselves. I'm enjoying talking to Michelle. Like I said, the Indiegogo campaign, the third channel, you can check it out. Watch the trailer they got up. It's a really cool trailer. It definitely, if you're a Halloween 3 fan, it'll definitely get you that vibe of, it's you wouldn't even have to say anything. You just have to put the music and the imagery that you have in the trailer, and you know what it is. Like what you showed me too, that really put me in the mood too. It's like, man,
I know it did for me too. I was like, oh my gosh, I just want to hurry up and get this done, because I'm excited.
Yeah, to see it come to life. And like I said, I'm forgetting his name, but your actors that you had, especially I forget his name, but
Brendan Hayes. Yeah,
he really nailed the part very well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he gave that third channel Season of the Witch vibe right away.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I know it was a Halloween thing. Just the vibe, the sound, the visual, and the way it's delivered was like, wow, really well done.
Exactly. I mean, I'm so happy with everything that he's done so far, and he's had ideas himself that he's brought up, and there's a couple of props that I've needed in the scheme of this that's in the script, and he's shown me stuff that he has like in his personal collection, and I'm like, what? Like, are you in my head somehow? I mean, because this is like a page out of a story or something. Like you're right on board with this, you know. So he's definitely the man of the project.
Yeah, you got some really talented people working around you,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. I mean, that's got to be really exciting just
It
seeing what.
is.
I
It
mean,
is. I'm
with
like
the
really
idea
happy.
of people who are able to really understand the vibe you're going for, and not only the vibe you're going for, but the vibe of a Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they definitely understand what they're doing and what they're trying to present. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about it. Like really excited about it.
Exactly. Are you able to share the trailer here? Because I know
Um,
some people can put a trailer on and they can watch
I
it
got the
like
trailer.
as.
I got the trailer in my archives because I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was at Phantasm. I'll post a link up there.
Oh,
I
right,
don't have my
right.
stream because I don't have my computer keeps crashing and I still got to
Mm-hmm.
learn to set it up where I could pop up the video, which I wish I could. I've been trying to get it to where I can do it, but because my computer gets crap internet down here, it's just
Okay.
difficult. But let me I'm gonna find the trailer I did,
Sure.
and put it up there for you. But does anybody have any questions for Michelle? Here we go. Found it. Copy that, and I will put it on Facebook too. So that way, if anybody wants to check out the trailer,
Definitely.
here's the trailer for you, Facebook, or YouTube. Let me get it for Facebook here. It's a solid trailer. If you guys are fans of Halloween 3, you're gonna really enjoy this trailer a lot. Really good. It's really good. Especially the vibe. I love the scenes you got, and I'm excited for. I'm really hoping you can use the building like you talked about using. I think
Yeah,
you'll be able to fit it in.
for sure. Did
So
you
how?
see?
Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just reading some of the comments too. Rick D. Rick D, do you really know Tom Atkins or is that a joke? He's SAG. I mean, I would love to have him part of the project, but we we can't go SAG. I really wish we could, but unless I win the lotto, I mean, you know, so
Yeah, that's a tough one. That really is. That's a real tough one to do.
yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a shame because it'd be so cool to see
Oh
everything.
yeah.
Or even Stacy would have been nice too to
Oh
see King.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I won't give the names of the the people that I talked to, but there was one person in particular who was SAG that if we made it a SAG production, they would be on board. So
Is it who I'm thinking it was?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
yeah. Uh,
I was bummed out too. I was like, oh, that stinks. Because that would have been so cool. But yeah, that's the hard part. And I was talking about this before. I think it's so hard especially with the way things are now. And I'm not saying SAG doesn't work for some actors, but I think it's with all these indie projects and a lot of these actors and actresses that could, really just be seen again. Fans love to see him again. That's why these conventions are so great. That being some of the SAG and stuff, for them to miss out on opportunities that would be really cool for not only the fans but them too. It's just a shame. Just such a shame.
I mean, nowadays, I mean, they just kind of, casting companies really just want to get you in there. They want to get you to become SAG. I mean, I'm SAG eligible because I worked on a few background type stuff with central casting. And honestly, unless you're someone that is really like, you're really into the the industry, and you're doing it like all the time, and you're in a place where, I mean, I would never live in LA again, because that's just a rat race there. So I mean, being up here in Northern California, it does have its disadvantages, but I wouldn't be SAG, I don't think, even if I was in that area, because it's just, and it's not even really all that much more that you earn, to be honest with you. I mean,
you can lose money by not being able to be on some of these.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like working at some crappy fast food place, and you're just a general employee, and then they want to make you a manager, and you don't make that much more. That's what I kind of
I just think it's. I mean, I think personally, like, indie projects and stuff are kind of taking over, especially after a lot of things, and it's so hard with everything going on that for a lot of actors, I just see it being so much. If I was an actor, unless I was like Tom Cruise, it made sense. I just don't. I mean, I don't know enough about SAG to know if they get like a paycheck or something for it, but it seems like all they're doing is paying for SAG, and they don't get anything out of it. And then they're missing things that, even if it's not a big payday kind of a role or something, that they're missing out on these awesome projects that somebody like you can't do, because it's just not feasible as much as you'd love to. Hey, Halloween Fiend EDX, Derek, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. But yeah, I it's just a shame, unfortunately.
I mean, I think it's a title for a lot of people, just like really anything else. And I think, there's probably some like positives and negatives about it, but I mean, you never know. I mean,
I don't see it unless you get in these roles.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe things will change.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be like, even for somebody like you who's eligible, it'd be like the last thing I'd want to do if I was you, just because then you're stuck. Yeah, I think you're better off sticking independent. I definitely do. I would recommend it to anybody with all these projects going on, because they could lead to generating more money. These people can generate the money for the project and help make it where it's financed. It's just like you pay Tom Cruise $20 million because he pays you $20 million. If you're able to get some of these people that can really add to the film and add hype. Oh, I got this person, and they were in this movie back in the day, and I haven't really seen them in a while, but that can help sell a project. And it just stinks that it stinks.
Oh, right. I mean, the Hollywood blockbuster type stuff, you can just it's a form of marketing to just throw people to the wolves.
I don't know enough about it to like be what the pros and cons of a SAG. It's just from what I've seen as somebody who's supporting these indie projects like yours and Steve's and quite a few other ones. It's just a shame. But it is what it is.
It feels like there's an earthquake.
Yeah. Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look at that. I hope not.
I'm just like sitting here, and it's very windy right now, so it might be the wind, like with pushing the building a little bit. Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. But if the wind is that bad, that might not be a good thing either. I mean, I'm surrounded by windows in here, and I can hear my windows in that direction. Everything is reversed on the camera. They're like just wiggly back and forth.
I understand too. I hope you stay safe. I hope it's not an earthquake or the winds get too.
Man, I'm almost worried that maybe I should go somewhere else. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even expect this. Like, I mean, not to get off the subject of the third channel, but
No,
I mean, like, I want to get a place. I want to buy my own, piece of property, and I'm worried if I buy something up here, if it's gonna like
fall off the.
I mean, like, okay, the Silver Shamrock Factory, for example, has been, I mean, it's been there since before 1982 when the film was shot. I mean, it was an old creamery like back in the 1900s or something. And part of that like fell apart because of an earthquake that I didn't even know that there were earthquakes this far up here. I mean, I think the San Francisco, earthquake, but still, like, just
well, I don't want. Well, let me let you get going, and I'll end the stream. Unless Devontae and Interval want to come on after you take off, I'll hang out for a little bit. Or if anybody else wants to come on, you're welcome on the stream. I'll send you a stream yards. I want you to stay safe. That's the important thing.
You're fine. You're fine. I mean, if something will happen, I'll just be like, see you guys, and jump out the freaking window.
It'll add views.
Grab my bug out bag and say, fuck everything.
See ya.
Oh no.
Say goodbye. There's an earthquake going on. She doesn't even say goodbye.
No, it literally felt like a little bit of shaking. I was like, just a little bit. I'm like, It must be in my imagination. I've just had a long day. But Rick D asks, what are the 3 Silver Shamrocks be in the movie? They're gonna be making an appearance. They will. But we'll see them in other fashions as well. So I don't know if that's going to answer your question, but
well, yeah, you can only answer so much too.
Exactly. It's hard. It's really hard to do these interviews because I feel like
I try not to ask you too much, and I let you answer what you can because I can only imagine you don't want to accidentally slip up, and I'm sure you're dying to talk about it. You're dying to film it. You're dying for people to see it, and hopefully there's a whole bunch of people dying in the movie. So no, but
yeah, there's going to be some casualties. Yeah,
I hope so.
I mean, in the fictional story, I don't want anybody to really like die on set or anything like that. Cross my fingers, knock on wood.
Hey, you can make a box of bugs and snakes. Me out back as a kid, and things are just different, scary now. Like, but when I was a kid, when that scene when that kid's watching and they're in that room, I don't know. That's like one of my all-time favorite scenes back in the day.
Oh,
that
yeah.
really
I mean,
memorable.
In the trailer, it might be a little bit hard to see in the trailer, but the part where in my trailer where you see the person, and by the way, that's me, reacting and dying, falling on the floor after like using the mask. You can't really see them, but I do have these. They are like these fake insects that are around like the chair and everything. It's supposed to, emulate that, but I can't even. So yeah, you have these little fake ones.
Spray paint them, make them look real. You get an artist to paint them, you can always
spiders.
Use them. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I also did with the trailer as well. Because we got this little computer chip thing is seen in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I did that.
Hey, I think we're bugged.
And of course,
I like that.
There you go.
I think that's pretty sweet.
And that's also available as a perk as well. So if anyone wants to grab that will be there.
Remember, all the support matters. It's the third channel, a sequel to Halloween 3, The Season of the Witch. Which, if you haven't watched it or you haven't watched it in a while, there's plenty of Michael Myers in other Halloween. So there's no reason to say, well, it's not a Halloween. Well, everybody knows it's Season of the Witch more than a Halloween movie, but it's still a great movie, and it's worth a watch. If you've ever just not watched it because you know Michael Myers is in it, it's a great sci-fi horror flick, I think. With a nice
Also
update.
kind of a mystery too, detective story.
There were a lot of twists and turns, and back in the day, like there's a lot of twists and turns now, but that was a horror movie that had more twists and turns than some other. You got Friday the 13th with the twist, the original. I mean, there's always been some twists, Sleepaway Camp, but Halloween 3 definitely had one of the good twists. There was a lot of things. Wow, that's pretty threw me off. Maybe now, if you watched it, because there's so many, you'd be like, "Oh, I was expecting it." But back in the day, you didn't expect the twist you got.
Oh yeah, especially with Brad Schechter scene in Halloween 3. I mean, I don't even think you can do something like that anymore with kids. There's a lot of stipulations now about what types of scenes kids can be in.
Oh, Halloween fiend, Derek. He's. I know you are, Derek. I've seen you talk about it. He's a big Halloween 3 fan. Also, you probably liked Halloween 3. It's not your favorite Halloween. I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's a big fan of it. Check out the third channel. The link's in the description and everything. Check out the Indiegogo. Watch the trailer. It's really cool, and I know there's something Michelle showed me that, without saying anything, it's really good. I can't wait till she shares it out, because it really does add to that Halloween 3 vibe. It's got great sound. The visuals are there. As long as you don't mess up the story. No, I'm just kidding. I know the story's going to be good. Steve Merlo, I trust his opinion. He's the one who told me about it, and I'm glad I was able to get on board with it and support the project, because I think it's going to be really cool. Because like we talked about earlier, the sound is really good. The sound guy you got. The visuals are really good. The actors so far are really good. There's some serious talent there that when it gets into filming and on set together, because I imagine a lot of it was from different places.
What was from different places?
Well, the thing you showed me, like they weren't in the same room, or at least I don't think.
Oh, right. No, they weren't.
It was kind of edited together.
Brendan is in County Cork, and Luciana is somewhere up here in Northern California. I don't know exactly where, but she's in this area.
But yeah, definitely check it out. I know I've dropped the link a whole bunch of times. It's in that, so in the YouTube, so it's there. It's in the description. Definitely check out the Indiegogo project. It's really going to be something special. I believe it's going to be one of the really good Indiegogo projects, because it's got sequel written all over it from the original. Right. I mean, it's long overdue. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. How cool was it to see the masks in Halloween Kills? I love the masks. They looked great in Halloween Kills, the Halloween 3 masks. I thought they looked really good. Really, really good. That was always cool to see an Easter egg. But I wish they never showed that trailer, because I think it would have been, like what you were saying earlier, it would have been a really cool crossover to have a reason to Michael Myers. That would have been perfect. I would have rather had that than the Thorn any day of the week. Any day. I just think it would have been perfect with the sound, like, the frequency, and tie that into what's going on with Michael. At least if you're going to have a reason, you're going to have a sequel, you might as well have a sequel, and that would have been just perfect. Really perfect. I don't think they never planned on anything after H2, so they had no idea. I think in hindsight, they probably would have not done it. Maybe I'm wrong. But then again, that's Carpenter. He didn't even really want to do part 2. I think he really wanted to end. And the only thing he really likes about any of the sequels, from what I understand, other than 2018 and Kills, I think he's on with that. But he's just happy about the paycheck. He's happy for the sequels every time he gets that paycheck, but he doesn't know.
Oh, right. True. Yeah.
And I don't blame
I
him
see
either.
that.
I mean, I'm not saying he's greedy or anything, but hell, for a film that, I don't know, John Carpenter's just such a legend. He's done so many things.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he did it on some of these movies. Wow. I love John Carpenter.
Absolutely. I mean, he's one of my favorite directors for sure.
Yeah.
But
guys, make sure to check out the third channel. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna get to bed.
okay.
I'm so happy to have you sit down with me.
Yeah,
Thank
me
you for
too.
coming on.
Thanks for inviting me on. I appreciate it.
No problem. Next time, guys, I'll get Devo and Interval on, unless they're here and you guys want to come in and pop up and talk to Michelle for a few minutes. If not, I'm gonna end it. I'll be back sometime next week. Michelle, you're always welcome to come on and talk about.
I'll probably do that. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get the word out there, guys. Check it out. It's on Indiegogo, the third channel. 6 days left. Let's help get as much as we can raise on this first go on this campaign.
Yes, please. Let's do that.
And share it out. So I appreciate everything. Thank you again, Michelle. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you,
John.
everybody.
Appreciate it.
And Doomsday's Crypt, you guys are awesome. Wouldn't be a channel, wouldn't be a group without you guys. Take care, everybody.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.